We're going to discuss Surds. Surds is a Form 3 question and is also an area that is really set a lot in KCSE. So our Surds lesson 1 today, we are going to look at a number of things. The first one is rational numbers, the second one is irrational numbers, third introduction to Surds, then order of Surds, and lastly simplification of Surds. So rational numbers, we first of all need to understand what a rational number is. So a rational number is a number that can be expressed in the form a over b, where a and b are integers and b is not equal to 0. Examples of Surds that we have is a number like 2, 1 over 2 or half, the square root of 4, the cube root of 27, and lastly 0.45 recurring. So rational numbers include numbers that are either odd, that are square numbers, that are cube numbers, terminating decimals, and even recurring decimals like 0.45. You would agree with me that a number like 0.45, which is a recurring decimal, can be expressed in the form a over b, such that the a is an integer and the b is also an integer, and for that reason it qualifies to be called a rational number. Irrational numbers now. An irrational number is one that cannot be expressed in the form a over b, and that means if you try to simplify it further, you'll realize that you're going to get a lot of, or rather a very large decimal part. Means a lot of decimal numbers. Such an example is the square root of 2 and the cube root of 4. You try getting the roots, you will not get a perfect, or rather an exact square root. Example of an irrational number is one that we refer to as surd, and that is basically what our lesson is all about today. So we come up with surd from the concept of rational and irrational numbers. Let us proceed. Let us look at introduction to surd. First, we need to know what is the meaning of surd. So surd is an expression which do not have an exact root. You try getting its root, you get a lot of decimal numbers. So maybe we can consider a number like the square root of 4, or maybe the cube root of 8. Square root of 4 is 2, cube root of 8 is 2 also. So you realize that in every case we are getting a whole number as our answer, and that is a rational number. But now we have a situation where when you try to get the square root of a number like 2, you find that it is not a rational number. It is not an exact number, not necessarily a decimal number. It might be a decimal number, but an exact root. So looking at the square root of 2, for instance, we get a very large number on the decimal end, that is 1.14213, and it keeps going on. So you realize that the decimal part is so big, and for that reason it is an irrational number. So such a number is best left as a root rather than expressing it, or expressing it in the number format. When such a number is left in this form, we call it a surd. And it is important to note that we have another form of surd that is called a mixed surd. A mixed surd is basically a product of a surd and a rational number. So if you look at the examples that we have here, we have 5, which is a rational number, and then we have the square root of 2, which is a surd. So when you multiply a rational number a, you multiply it by the surd root b, you get a root b, and this is what we call a mixed surd. Let us proceed. So after knowing what a surd is, now it is important for us to note what order of surds is. And the key concept under this is that for any surd expressed in the form a root b, the surd, or rather the surd is of the order a. Maybe we could talk about a number like root 5. According to what you're given here, root 5 is the same as 2 root 5. And from what we have a power b, you can basically equate. So a equates to 2. And this a gives us the order of that particular surd. So if it is 2, then the surd is of order 2. In an event that it is 3 root 11, like what we have here, let me write it well. If it is 3 root 11, the cube root of 11 rather, then we can equate the 3 to what we have there. So you realize that if it is a root b, then we can basically equate the 3 to a, and then we are going to find out that our surd here now is a surd of order 3. And maybe lastly, we can look at the very last one, where we have it is the 4th root of 4. So if we equate the 4 to the a, then the surd becomes order 4 surd. So basically, that number outside your root sign is what gives you the order of that particular surd. So if it is 5, it becomes surd of order 5. If it is 2, surd of order 2. If it is 6, surd of order 6, and so forth. It is important to note, however, that the cube root of a number, say the cube root of 4, is different from 3 root 4. These are two different things. So we can't necessarily say that this is a surd of order 3. Now this 3 is a actually it is a rational number that we are multiplying with the square root of 4. So the order of this particular surd still remains order 2. This 3 here is just a scalar multiple that we use to make this root 4 as a mixed surd. So from there we move to simplification of surds. So how do you simplify surd? First of all, we need to get the idea. What does it imply to simplify a surd? To simplify a surd is basically reducing the surd to its lowest possible term. So when you're given a surd, and then by just looking at it, you identify that the surd is larger and it has it can be reduced to some lower forms, or rather it has factors, then what you need to do is to simplify, or rather to express that surd as a product of its factors. Now this process basically goes as follows. If you want to simplify a surd, take the number under the root and then you express it as a product of its prime factors. Then any factors that are common or similar, group them. If it is a square root, we are going to group them into 2. If it is a cube root, we are going to group them into 3. If it is 4th root, we are going to group them into 4. So what we have here is square root. We are going to express this as a product of its prime factors. So that is going to be the square root of 18 is equal to the square root of 2 times 3, which is 6 times 3, which gives us 18. Then from here 2 is an uncommon, but then we have 3 and 3 which are common, so we are going to put them under their own root. Then we are going to multiply by 2 also under its own root, and that is the same as the square root of 18. So if we keep on going with this, we are going to remain with the root 2 there, but then 3 times 3 will give us a 9 under that root. So this will become the square root of 2 multiplied by the square root of 9. Square root of 9 we know is 3. So you realize that here now we have a rational number and an irrational number, or surd. So if we multiply the two, our answer is basically going to be 3 root 2. And now instead of having a larger number under the root, we now have a smaller number under the root, and that is 2. So up to that level we say that our surd has been simplified. We can repeat the same by looking at another example, a second example. So when we come to this, the question is saying simplify the square root of 125. Again, what we need to do is to take the 125, and express it as the square root of its prime factors. So this is going to be 5 times 5 times 5. But then we need to pair we need to pair common factors in pair of 2's because it is a square root. So the first 2 5's, we are going to put them under their own square root. Then the other one also, we are going to put it under its own square root. Then these two combined, or rather multiplied, we are going to get the square root of 25, and then here we are going to get the square root of 5. So to simplify it further, the square root of 25 is 5, which we are going to multiply by the square root of 5. We don't simplify this because we have to leave it in surd form. So here we are going to have 5, which is a rational number, multiplied by surd, we are going to have 5 and the square root of 5, and that becomes our answer. And maybe to look at the last example here, which is to simplify surd 45. 45, again, we are going to express it as the square root of its prime factors, which is basically 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. Again, we are going to pair common factors. So here we are going to have the square root of 2 by 2, which is the first 2, multiplied by the square of 2 by 2, which is the square root of the second 2, which is multiplied by the square root of 3. It is alone, so we can't pair it, we leave it as it is. Now, here we are going to have the square root of 2 times 2, which is 4, times again here the square root of 4, because it is 2 times 2, and then here we're going to have the square root of 3. So the square root of 4 is 2, here also 2, here the square root of 3. Then when you multiply 2 by 2, you're going to get 4 multiplied by the square root of 3 gives us 4 root 3. So in every case, you realize that the answers that we are having have got a smaller value under the root than what we had initially, and for that, or rather at that level, we say that we have simplified those surds. So here there are some practice questions for you to do, and in case of any challenges, just let me know so that we can do them together. Otherwise, thank you for the time, and may God bless you.